Hello everyone, I hope you are having a fantastic day, and in today's video the topic will be sex change. Now, what is a sex change? A sex change is basically when you switch your stance. This means from coming a regular to a goofy or vice versa. So this could be normal sex change with the hippie jump to more complicated ones like kickflip sex change. And sex change mostly goes from front side to back side sex change, which is basically 180. And you can also do the 360 ones if those exist, and obviously a big spin or a fakey big spin as well. It is not a sex change, but you're kind of doing some type of way of sex change, but it's not called that unless you didn't do a big spin. So anyways, the tricks I'm going to be landing today of sex change is going to be hippie jump sex change. This one is going to be in backside and front side both ways. The next one is pop shove sex change, and this one is going to be front side only since it's more comfortable for me. And the last one is going to be kickflip sex change, again front side since it's more comfortable for me. So how do you do a sex change? Well, the first thing you need to know is how to actually do 180s or rotate with them. You don't necessarily have to land them if you're just going to do hippie jumps, right? You don't got to pop it, since hippie jump is not required to you pop and drag like a normal ollie trick. But if you're going to go with pop shoves and kick flips and other tricks, then yes, I do recommend learning how to pop and how to hippie jump. You learn those two and you basically got a lot of combinations with those tricks. So like I said, you learn the frontside 180 or the backside 180 and you just jump. Like I said, sex change and hippie jump are the basic examples of this combination, where you just jump out of your board and switch your stance from a regular to a goofy or vice versa. Whether you go backside or front side doesn't matter, as long as you land it and switch its stance. That is considered a sex change. Now, of course, other tricks don't count this as sex change, like bigger spins, big spins, fakey big spins, and whatnot. But yeah. Also, kickflip frontside 180 and backside 180s don't count as sex change because the board is following you around. So yeah, that is mostly not a sex change. That is a front side and a back side. So what I do for the hippie jump is obviously I'll jump like I would normally do on flat ground. Just jump, raise my knees, tuck them in, or just jump a little bit, hop instead of jumping. But in this case you want to jump because hopping is not that great. But if you've never done this, you might as well start with hopping, which is basically just jumping really small. And then as you progress and get more comfortable with the speed and the foot placement, when you land, you want to tuck in your knees a little bit more to your chest and raise them up, so that way you're jumping more. And I know it's exaggerated because you're not jumping over an obstacle or between an obstacle in this case. So once you learn these hippie jump sex change, or at least the hippie jumps, then you add the sex change, which is basically the hippie jump, and then after that immediately add a rotation, whether it's backside 180 or frontside 180 rotation, and then land it. Get comfortable with that. Once you get comfortable with that, go to the next trick. You can do ollies, but for me ollies is kind of complicated. What I did was basically do shove its, then after shove its I did kind of pop shove its, and then I added pop shove its sex change. And sometimes it's complicated, sometimes it's not. It also depends. This trick depends on the size of deck that you have when you're skateboarding. I noticed that I couldn't skate on a 8.25 or an 8.0 or 8.1. I could get comfortable and land this trick constantly on a regular basis if I had an 8.50 and a 9 point, but 9 points a little bit heavier. So I would recommend also, if you can't really land this trick and you tried, you might as well change your deck size. this is a major help, and obviously loosen up the trucks a little bit or adjust them, and you should probably get it down easily. Now for the kickflip, it was a little bit complicated. I don't fully have kickflips down. I do land them, but I don't land them like I would an ollie or a shove it or a heel flip. Kickflips is kind of like meh for me, right? Medium, since I don't land them over obstacles. Never done it. I plan on doing it, but for now I haven't done it. So kickflip took me a long time to land in this video, since I was doing it over and over again. No matter how times I've landed it outside the camera, which was like in total I think 5 comfortably without trying too much, and then when the camera was recording, obviously it was a little bit hard for me because I was constantly like trying to land it perfectly, and sometimes it just went off, landed in primo, or it's just really bad and I fell off or didn't roll out. But I did get, I think, one really good out of that kickflip sex change, one good clip, and one sketchy one that was not that great, but it was still kind of like in between valid or not valid. So yeah, basically just learn the first trick, which in this case for my last trick was the kickflip. Learn it. You don't have to fully dominate it, but you have to like feel comfortable landing it, or at least out of the 10 times you do hit a kickflip, you might as well land 5 of them or 4 of them. Then yeah, that's pretty much it for any other trick as well. And then just obviously once you do the kickflip or the trick that you have in mind, just do the sex change. Now of course, if you add more tricks to it or different tricks to it, doesn't matter if it's nose or nollies or fakies or whatever, switch, some of these tricks become harder and very different to actually learn to add the sex change to it. So that's why I can't even do ollies, because I can't do ollies, but ollie sex change is what I mean. I can't do them comfortably as I would when I do shove it's or pop shove it sex change or kickflip sex change. The same goes for like heel flip sex change. I've never tried it, but I feel like I will be uncomfortable trying to do a trick like that, because I guess if I were to do one, it wouldn't be a sex change front side. It will be a sex change backside. Like, and when this is what I do when I compare it to like backside or front side flips. And obviously when I say flips, I mean both of them. And when I say okay, kick flip, backside, and I'm like, oh hell no, I could probably get the motion of it, but I don't feel comfortable with it. I feel more comfortable with the front side 180 kick flip, because I feel that the foot is actually going that way in that direction, and I feel like it's more natural and comfortable for me to actually flip it that way. The same goes for the heel flip. The heel flip is like, oh, I feel uncomfortable doing a front side heel flip because it might look good, it does look good, but it doesn't feel, at first it doesn't feel that great. So I'm just like, nah, it feels totally uncomfortable. And obviously the foot goes into the backside direction, and that's when I feel more comfortable throwing the heel flip. So mess around with these obviously sex change variations when you add them to your trick, and backside and front side fakie as well, and see how much you're more comfortable with each of these variations. And the more one you're comfortable with, or closer one you get to it, try that one and then move on to the next variation or a different type of trick with the sex change. So anyways, that's it for the video. I know I haven't been uploading constantly. I've been feeling kind of down. I don't know what's wrong with me, but yeah, I'm thinking of recording more videos like these, because I know I've been making them since the beginning, but I've been obviously off. Well, yeah, that's it for the video, like I said, and thanks for watching. God bless you. Bye bye.